Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me on my channel. This is Heather, and I'm back with another video. This one is about the commandments of God and the 144,000 and what God has revealed to me in through this awakening that I've been having of coming to know who I truly am, which God revealed is one of the true Jewish Israelites spoken of in the Bible, and I'm from the tribe of Judah, and I am a member of the 144,000. So those are some of the things that God has revealed to me. So last year I went through a process with God, and then this year it seemed to become more personal. And in regards to the timing of the wealth transfer and how we're going to be stepping into money, God wanted to really make sure that I was secured in my identity with Him. So basically, God started speaking to me in my dreams about trying to teach me these things, and He made it really clear that He wanted me to follow the commandments written of in the Bible and the laws written of in the Bible. So I actually had not read the Bible very much. I believed in the Bible, but I had never read it all the way through, and I had never really read the Old Testament. I had read, like, little scriptures and passages in the book of Revelation because it seemed to apply to the times we're living in, but I hadn't read the whole Bible. So now I'm working on reading the whole Bible. But I started off with the first 5 books because God made it really clear that He gave me a new rule. And He said, Heather, this is actually only for you, but it does apply and does hold truth to others, but I'm not being as strict and hard on them. He said, if you don't abide by my laws and commandments, the serpent, which is Satan, can trick you into his lair and kill you. So that's what God told me. So that invoked an incredible amount of fear in me, and a healthy fear of God is the only fear we really should have. So, I wanted to be very pleasing to God, and I started reading the Bible, like I said, and I read the first 5 books. So I've come out with an understanding that a lot of people don't believe in the Old Testament because of Christ. So people override the laws of the Old Testament because Christ came. And people say that because Christ came, the laws are overwritten in a sense, like it's a new agreement with God. But from what I understood in my relationship with God, that's not true for the Israelites. So if you are a member of the 144,000 and God has revealed this to you, or you think you might be, um, then this God's old laws apply to you. So the way that it works, and some of you guys might already know this, but so the blessing of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So Abraham was the grandfather of Jacob, and Jacob gave birth to the 12 sons who became the 12 tribes of Israel. And the the whole story is about our great inheritance, the great inheritance that we have with God. We are God's chosen special people. So we're not meant to have a relationship with God that is like normal people's relationship with God, or we're meant to have a very special relationship with God. And it's really clear that God has commanded us to follow His holidays and live by His laws. And those still apply today. So the reason I'm bringing this up, and you can choose to do this or not, it's totally up to you, but if you really want to see the fullness of your inheritance through the blessing of Abraham, then if you live by God's laws and commandments, which are written in mostly Leviticus and Deuteronomy, you will live a much more prosperous and blessed life, and Satan will have almost no in to your life. So if you want to kick Satan out the door completely, then following these old laws as closely as you possibly can is going to allow you to do that. So, for example, like, because a lot of us live in America, we follow Christmas and Easter and all these holidays, and these are pagan holidays. And the pagan holidays, I know that they have made them around Christ, and that's fine, but those are not God's holy holidays. Passover and Hanukkah are the holy holidays. There's specific holidays I have not memorized. There's like the Feast of Tabernacles, the Feast of Booths, the Passover, and maybe a couple others I'm still learning. Um, and I haven't celebrated yet because I'm going to start with Purim and then Passover this month and next month. And I am no longer going to be celebrating Christmas. And I also am no longer eating meat or shellfish. And I'm going to read the whole book of Deuteronomy again, even though I've already read it. There's so much information in there about God's laws and what he really wants from us. And I was told by God that the most important um, commandment of all is, thou shalt have no other gods before me, and thou shalt not make a graven image, and thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain. So these laws are really, really important to God. God wants our whole heart and soul, even though we are living in a fallen world. God wants our soul to be residing with him. So while our flesh can be in this world, we are living as our soul. We're living with the soul union with God. So that's what God really wants from us. And if you are willing to do that, God will greatly bless your life and the life of your descendants up to the 1000th generation, as God says in the Bible. So I just wanted to share this with you guys because I feel like it's really important. Yeah, when God first told me, I was terrified because he made it really scary sounding like if you don't do this, like bad things are going to happen, you know? But now I'm very grateful because I learned so much about who I am, and I just want to keep this energy going. I feel like it's going to be the only thing that's going to keep me in God's divine union with me through the coming times. So I just wanted to read this to you guys, and I'm going to end with this. If you want to hear the blessings and the cursings that come to the 12 tribes of Israel, if you follow the commandments and laws of God, and this is written in Deuteronomy chapter 28. So I highly recommend you guys read all of Deuteronomy. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read the blessings for obeying the law, followed by the curses for obeying the law. Deuteronomy 28. Now, if you will be careful to obey the Lord your God and follow all his commands that I tell you today, the Lord your God will put you high above all the nations on earth. If you will obey the Lord your God, all these blessings will come to you and be yours. He will bless you in the city and in the field. He will bless you and give you many children. He will bless your land and give you good crops. He will bless your animals and let them have many babies. He will bless you with calves and lambs. He will bless your baskets and pans and fill them with food. He will bless you at all times in everything you do. The Lord will help you defeat your enemies who come to fight against you. Your enemies will come against you one way, but they will run away from you in seven different ways. The Lord will bless you and fill your barns. He will bless everything you do. The Lord your God will bless you in the land that he is giving you. If you follow the Lord your God and obey his commands, he will do what he promised. The Lord will make you his own special people. Then all the people in that land will see that you are called to be the Lord's people, and they will be afraid of you. And the Lord will give you many good things. He will give you many children. He will give you cows with many calves. He will give you a good harvest in the land that the Lord promised your ancestors to give you. The Lord will open his storehouse where he keeps his rich blessings. He will send rain at the right time for your land. He will bless everything you do. You will have money to lend to many nations, and you will not need to borrow anything from them. The Lord will make you the head and not the tail. You will be on top, not on the bottom. This will happen if you listen to the commands of the Lord your God that I tell you today. You must carefully obey these commands. You must not turn away from any of the teachings that I give you today. You must not turn away to the right or the left. You must not follow other gods to serve them. Okay. So, in part, and I'm just going to interject about that, celebrating Christmas and worshiping trees is a pagan holiday. It's just very obvious. We're actually meant to celebrate the Jewish holidays. Those are the holy holidays of God. Um, and this is true for the true Jewish Israelites, the 144,000. Okay. Curses for not obeying the law. So this is what's going to happen to the people who do not obey the law. Okay, you guys. But if you don't listen to what the Lord your God tells you, if you don't obey all his commands and laws that I tell you today, then all these bad things will happen to you. The Lord will curse you in the city and in the field. He will curse you with empty baskets and pans. He will curse you, and you will not have many children. He will curse your land, and you will not have good crops. He will curse your animals, and they will not have many babies. He will curse your calves and lambs. He will curse you at all times in everything you do. If you do evil and turn away from the Lord, he will make bad things happen to you. You will have frustration and trouble in everything you do. He will continue to do this until you are quickly and completely destroyed. He will do this because you turned away from him and left him. The Lord will send you terrible diseases until you no longer exist, until you are completely gone from the land. The Lord will punish you with disease, fever, and swelling. He will send you terrible heat, and you will have no rain. Your crops will die from all the heat and disease. All these bad things will happen until you are destroyed. There will be no clouds in the sky. The sky will look like polished brass, and the ground under you will be hard like iron. The Lord will not send rain, only sand and dust will fall from the sky. It will come down on you until you are destroyed. The Lord will let your enemies defeat you. You will go to fight against your enemies one way, but you will run away from them 7 different ways. The bad things that happen to you will make all the people on earth afraid. Your dead bodies will be food for the wild birds and animals. There will be no one to scare them away from your dead bodies. The Lord will punish you with boils like those he sent on the Egyptians. He will punish you with tumors, sores that run, and an itch that cannot be cured. The Lord will punish you by making you crazy. He will make you blind and confused. In daylight, you will have to feel your way like a blind man. You will fail in everything you do. Again and again, people will hurt you and steal from you, and there will be no one to save you. You will be engaged to a woman, but another man will have sexual relationships with her. You will build a house, but you will not live in it. You will plant a vineyard, but you will not gather anything from it. People will kill your cattle in front of you, but you will not eat any of the meat. People will take your donkeys, and they will not give them back to you. Your enemies will get your sheep, and there will be no one to help you. Other people will be allowed to take your sons and your daughters. Day after day, you will look to your children. You will look for them until your eyes become weak and blind, but you will not find them, and God will not help you. A nation that you don't know will take all your crops and everything you worked for. People will treat you badly and abuse you. The things you see will make you go crazy. The Lord will punish you with sore boils that cannot be healed. These boils will be on your knees and legs. The boils will be on every part of your body, from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head. The Lord will send you and your king away to a nation you do not know, and you and your ancestors have never seen that nation. There you will serve false gods made of wood and stone in the countries where the Lord will send you. The people will be shocked at the terrible things that happen to you. They will laugh at you and say bad things about you. He goes on, the curse of failure, the curse of an enemy nation. Um, okay, so that was all in Deuteronomy chapter 28. So I highly recommend you guys read the book of Deuteronomy, and we're all under the blessing and the curse of Abraham and the 12 tribes of Israel. So if you are a member of the 144,000, this book is going to be important for us to all know and have in our hearts in the coming years. Okay, so I just wanted to share that. I hope this blesses you, and God bless you. Thank you for watching.